Hello, lovely kids at home. How are you doing? I believe each and everyone is healthy and kicking. Good, it's creative art time. Therefore, you need to get your items ready. I believe you've missed creativity, isn't it? Wow, I have also missed you as well. But once we've started our virtual learning, it tells you how you are going to get interacted with me as time goes on as your creative art tutor. So, today, under creativity, which area are we looking at? We want to look at something interestingly under making of pictures. And under making of pictures, we shouldn't forget it's a broad topic. We can't exhaust all today. And for that reason, we are going to take it gradually, which is aspect by aspect, substrand by substrand, bit by bit, in order to get to where we need to end. So, under making of pictures, the very content that we will be looking at is under color. I know as I made mention of color, you are surprised, isn't it? You love color, I also love color. But we shouldn't forget, color is one of the things which normally attracts you and I. So as children as we are, one of the things which it gets it attractive a lot is color. I have been attracted by color before. The same thing applies to you. Don't laugh at me. It is true. You've been attracted by color, and I've also been attracted by color before. But in all these, whenever we see any bright color, we become very happy. Emotionally, we feel good. So, answer these simple questions for me. Do you have a favorite color? I didn't hear your answer. Do you have a favorite color? What color is it? Good. And why do you like that color very much? No, I want you to tell me your reason again. Why do you like that color very much? All right, your reason is accepted. So one way or the other, color makes human being very happy. It makes us very excited. It can even trigger our emotions within. Oh, yeah, I have seen color before, and some people have also seen colors before, and the color that they saw, finally, they were highly annoyed. Which means when you dress and you don't blend the color well, you can get somebody annoyed because of your color combination. So, color can trigger the annoying level in you. Don't forget that color also makes us feel sad. Oh, have you been to any funeral ground before? Good. Even if you haven't been there before, you've watched it on television before. When you watch it, you see a lot of people in at least one or two colors, which is mostly common everywhere. And these kind of colors, the moment you put it on, if you're not careful, majority of us will start asking you, are you sad? Good. So color also make us sad. And finally, color also bring out the creativity in you. Of course. When you blend your color very well, especially when you are painting, when you come out with any design, it tells us how creative you are. Now, what is color as a whole? Good. Color is what we see with our eye, especially when white light reflects on an object. And the color here is what? When white light reflects on an object. So we are going to find out how even color came into existence at all. A man with the name Sir Isaac Newton. I'm sure you've heard of him before. In your science, maybe you've come across this name, isn't it? Good. So this man who is named Sir Isaac Newton discovered color. And this is what he said and demonstrated about color. He said, light is made up of colors. And he did this demonstration by passing a beam of white light through a glass prism. When you look at the images below, it tells us Sir Isaac Newton in his science lab trying to discover how colors came into existence. So the footage we see below tells us a white light reflecting through a window into a glass prism, and the ray which transferred, which was able to pass through the glass prism, reflected on the wall. And when it reflected on the wall, he ended up seeing 7 different colors. Wow, 7 different colors. These are the colors this scientist discovered after doing so. So, a scientist also wanted to find out if what Sir Isaac Newton did indeed it was true or not. And after he trying to experiment it,
Newton was born in 1642 into an England that was a country in transition.
let
That
me
was the
keep
start of
quiet
the
so that
English
you
Civil
watch.
War. It was a country where they were still hunting for witches, but also it was a country where science, where rational thought, where reason were beginning to flower. Now, at the time, one of the great questions was about the nature of light. It was known that if you take a prism and shine sunlight through it, then it splits that sunlight into all the colours of the rainbow. The question was why? Now, the prevailing scientific view was that sunlight must be perfect. This dated all the way back to Aristotle and the ancient Greeks. How could something that comes from the heavens be anything other than perfect? The common explanation for the appearance of the colours was that they were impurities added by the prism to the pure white light. Newton thought that the colours were already present in the white sunlight. But what set Newton apart was the fact that he devised and performed an experiment to test his hypothesis. First, he made a rainbow by shining white light through a prism. Then, and here's the genius, he introduced a slit into that rainbow beam, and that allowed him to isolate a particular colour of light and shine that into a second prism. Then he looked for the deflection of the coloured light onto his wall. You can see that over there. Now, look what happens when I move the red light across the slit to the green light. On the wall, what you see is green light into the prism equals green light out. Now, that implies that the colours themselves are pure. The prism is not adding or subtracting anything. That means that Newton's hypothesis was shown to be correct. The colours themselves are the basic building blocks of light, and white light is made up of all those individual colours. That's genius.
Wow, indeed, that is what genius. This tells you that white light is made up of colors. Good. So, now that we know white light is made up of colors, Sir Isaac Newton discovered 7 sets of colors. And he called these colors the rainbow colors. But another name for the rainbow color is known as prismatic colors. So the rainbow colors, according to what Sir Isaac Newton discovered, they include, repeat after me, orange, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Good. So these are the 7 prismatic colors which Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Now, after discovering all these colors, what did he do again? He later grouped them into 2 basic groups. And these are, we have the primary colors, and again, we have the secondary colors. So, in summary of all what we have learned today, how we feel when we see colors, that is one of the things which we have learned today. Some people see colors and they become happy. Some see it, become excited. Some also see it and they become very sad. The next thing is, what is color at all? Who discovered colors and the process he went through? The footages, the video we have in our lesson give us a clear evidence about the scientist who discovered color and the process he went through before discovering colors. Then, how he discovered it, his name, as we said earlier on, is known as Sir Isaac Newton. Then, after discovering all these 7 rainbow colors, he again grouped them into 2 separate groups where we have what? The primary colors, and the second one is what? Good, secondary colors. So this is where we will end for today. So next week on our creative time, what will we be looking at? We will now move on to primary colors as a whole. Then another day, we move on to secondary colors as a whole. So people at home, learners at home, this is where we will end our first lesson under our creativity. But don't forget, please start gathering your items because we have a lot to do as time goes on. See you another time and stay blessed. Bye.